And welcome to Ship of Fools, a nautical D&D actual play podcast. My name is Hannah McLean, and I am, as always, your dungeon master on this nautical adventure. Joining me today, I have Andy Latai,
Finn Fisher,
Lonnie Stevenson,
Regin Stockweather,
and Taylor Wallace.
Malachi Kassir.
And we are back and mid-exciting situation. So, let me do a little bit of a recap of all of that, and then we will dive right in. So, last session began with the beginning of the inevitable crash between the forces of the defending forces of Erobrer and her allies, defending Luola, the capital of Erobrer and location of the king's court, against an amassed fleet of several of Lithyos's smaller fleets that have been terrorizing the ocean thus far. You all began the battle. Malachi and Finn found themselves sort of trapped right in the middle of the clash between the armies as the peace talks that they'd been sent to represent Erobrer at dissolved. While Regin was on the adventurer's airship, floating above the battle with an extra cube in his possession. Battle was joined. Malachi and Finn managed to get themselves out of danger and underwater, where you made your way basically back underwater and behind Lithyos's lines toward the back of their fleet. Regin made his way off the adventurer's airship, single-handedly captured General Neiman from the deck of his sinking ship, turned him in to the forces of Erobrer, and then got back out there, going out in the direction where Malachi and Finn had last been seen, hoping to meet up with them. Malachi and Finn, you found your way to a flagship that's kind of like one of the ones that's back behind the rest of Lithyos's lines, and one of the biggest ships that they have. You locked in on this as your target, and shot into the air next to this beautiful ship, which you now see contains a company of soldiers led by General Caleb Crevitas himself. Regin, meanwhile, you are still flying toward this combat. Finn and Malachi, you can see Regin, but he is still like a little ways away, flying toward you. Wow,
Malachi, that's a really big bird, huh?
Yeah, Finn, that bird has scales.
Wow, they've got some crazy wildlife here in Erobrer, huh?
So I'm gonna begin by asking all three of you and Nurgle to please roll initiative. We're just gonna jump right into it.
14.
8.
19 for Finn,
Ooh.
7 for Nurgle.
Okay. So, let me explain a little bit of the lay of the ship here. For one thing, pretty much everybody on this ship is drawing weapons and looking toward you. This does not mean I'm going to put 100 people into initiative. It is like in a movie where the heroes are fighting enemies as they come towards them. You know, we all know how this goes.
Oh yeah.
Everybody take a number!
None of them are smart enough to charge us all at once.
Exactly. However, all of you do kind of note, as all three of you are in the air coming toward this ship, you note a few combatants that stand out. For one thing, there is, of course, General Crevitas in his full gleaming plate armor, standing kind of like at the front of the ship. Near him, you see that there is another one of these war wizards dressed in, wizardly robes and holding a big staff. You also see that there are a few, other knights in, full armor kind of around Caleb, looking ready to charge toward you. And then, of course, there's this gleaming white Pegasus that currently Caleb is not mounted on. It's just standing next to him. So that's who's at the front of the ship. At the back of the ship, you notice this, kind of barrel-chested man in, full armor, but also what Malachi would recognize as, the armor of a war priest. And he's wearing this, big holy symbol of the Sun Father.
This is in addition to the war wizard?
Yes, and he's like at the opposite side of the ship is this war priest. In addition, already swirling around his head is like a spectral cloud of soldiers that you all have enough experience with magic to recognize as spirit guardians. Standing kind of safely within the spirit guardians is another mage of some sort. I think this one doesn't have as clear of a uniform, but is clearly a spellcaster wearing like less intense armor. And then there's like a group of soldiers kind of back by them as well. So you've sort of got this group of people at the front of the ship and this group of people at the back of the ship. And then just sort of other soldiers and sailors kind of all around.
What about tinkers and tailors?
Spy?
I don't think you presume that they're below decks.
Taylor's on the call. She's right here.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I'm the only one, baby.
So, we are going to start at the top of the round with a battle action representing the various other things that are going on. Can I have someone roll me a d4, please?
A 4.
Ooh, okay.
That's the best one.
Maybe.
Malachi and Finn, as you guys are, like, descending toward the ship, you have not yet hit the ground, everyone around here who is, holding a bow kind of, like, starts getting their bows up and just shoots this hail of arrows at the two of you. I need dexterity saving throws from both of you, please.
Ugh.
I hold Malachi in front of me as a shield.
Sure.
27.
11.
Okay. So Finn deftly flips around and holds Malachi in front of him.
Behind Malachi.
Malachi, you take 23 piercing damage. Finn, you take
Malachi starfishes.
You take half of that for 11.
Ow, Malachi, you let some of them get past.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Finn.
Thank you. I appreciate your apology.
Finn, that is now your turn.
Okay. So I am going to fly to the deck. I'm not touching down, but I want to drop Malachi onto the deck. And does that take anything, or can I just do that for free?
You can do that for free, but tell me where you're putting Malachi.
Malachi, where do you want to go?
You should drop me onto Caleb.
Within dramatic closing distance of Caleb.
Yeah, I'm going to drop him on the deck, not directly in front of Caleb, but close to Caleb, but with, like, enough room that he can stomp intimidatingly towards him.
Oh, I'm gonna let this bitch come to me.
Malachi does a 3-point landing, shatters a few planks, slowly looks up.
I misjudge, and I drop Malachi. He just falls through the deck because he's too heavy.
Malachi plants. Malachi lands, like, ramrod straight.
You don't even bend your knees.
I don't need to.
Oh, that's terrible for the shins.
All my joints are rock anyway.
Cool. So Malachi crashes to the deck, crashes about 15 feet from General Crevitas. Cool. Finn, you fly back up.
Yeah, so I fly down, fly back up, and then I'm going to turn to the back of the ship, which is where you said the war priest and the mage were, and I'm going to cast Synaptic Static on everyone who's standing back there.
Nice.
And this is a 20-foot sphere, so I'm thinking that should be both of those spellcasters and also some of the miscellaneous soldiers standing around them.
It certainly will be.
So I need an intelligence saving throw from all of them.
Okay. Wow. War priest fails with a nat 1.
Ah!
The other caster, who Finn, as you get close, you see is pulling out a flute. This other caster only gets a 17, and also fails. These soldiers maybe can't, well, they could crit. Let's see.
Did they crit?
Nope. A 12, a 14, and a 2. So every single one of the people that you catch in Synaptic Static is caught in it.
Excellent. I wave my hand, and suddenly there's this little, like, flash of black light around them, and all of them hear this weird ringing din in their ear. Sort of like if you hold a seashell up to your ear, it's that sound, except it sucks. Mm-hmm. And so, everyone who failed, which is all of them, takes 8d6 psychic damage, first of all.
Now, Andy, when you say glows with black light, do you mean, like, a light that is black, or, like, UV light, like we're seeing cum stings on the deck of the ship type black light?
I mean a light that is black. It's a weird sort of shimmery darkness. So they all take 26 damage,
Okay.
and they all have muddled thoughts for 1 minute.
Whoa.
Which means they roll a d6 and subtract the number rolled from all attack rolls and ability checks, as well as constitution saving throws to maintain concentration.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
This fucking rules, Andy.
Yeah, it's instant. So there isn't like a sphere that's causing this. It's like a one time and now it's in their brains.
Right, it's just a thing that has happened to them.
Okay.
Actually, I gotta say, it's like I wave my hand and suddenly a huge wave splashes out of the ocean onto them. It just totally throws them off.
Inefficient when wet.
It's true. They've got all this armor.
Listen, I know the type.
All right. I'm going to make a concentration save for the War Priest Spirit Guardians right now.
With that penalty.
Yep, so he gets what would be, this is a DC 13 because he took 26 damage, gets what would be a 18. So let's see what I roll on this D6. Ooh, 4 on the D6, leaving him with a 14 total, which still keeps his Spirit Guardians up.
Oh, man, that would have been so cool.
It really would have. But he manages to still have them whirling around him, but you can see that, like, all of these guys are sort of staggering, with pained looks on their faces and just a little bit of blood leaking out of their ears.
Now the deck is slippery from the water, and they're all slipping and sliding around like, whoa, whoa!
It's true, they are. Okay, anything else?
Yes, I'm also going to summon my tentacle and try to smack that war priest.
Smack that war priest.
28 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
7 damage.
Okay, I'm gonna roll again. No, he's still okay. He rolled pretty high, has a pretty good con bonus. But the D6 is making it difficult.
All right. Then I fly up to whatever the max height I can achieve is. So I guess I'm like 30 feet up.
Yeah.
And I shout down at everyone, I told you the tide was coming in.
Well, they weren't there for that part.
Trust me, if you'd been on like a different ship earlier, you'd be like, whoa, right now.
Lots of confused looks happening.
Aha, I see you've been confused by my confounding magics.
Okay, so now it's the turn of the soldiers who just got hit by the synaptic static. There's 3 of them. They are going to... They can't quite reach Malachi with their speed because the ship is about 100 feet long. And Malachi got set pretty close to the front. So, they are going to, like, move forward their speed, which is 30 feet. And then they are going to shoot you with their bows that they have.
No more arrows!
Yeah, unfortunately, more arrows. All 3 of them are going to make attacks at you, Malachi. They each get 2 attacks. First one misses with both attacks. Second one misses with both attacks. Hold on, I'm gonna roll well in this battle, guys. Just you wait. It's gonna happen.
Don't worry about it.
Ha
Fuck off.
I said that and rolled a crit and a 4, but more importantly, one of them was a crit. So this one, the one guy who can hit you with his arrow, 18 piercing damage.
I don't want that, I think. So, fuck it, I'll just use my reaction now and intercept that.
Cool.
Okay, I take 6 of that.
Beautiful. So these arrows fly toward you, you deflect most of them, and then manage to just
I said no!
barely get nicked by the last one. That is the Warbard's turn. He is going to step forward but remain within the cloud of spirit guardians and blow a note on this flute that he's holding, which got sort of this like shrill, piercing noise that cuts through the battle. I'm going to use cadenza. So one of these soldiers that just kind of like came toward you, stopped, and fired. One of them is going to move up to their speed on the bard's action and is going to make a melee attack against you, Malachi, with advantage, but still minus a d6. So he has a 23 to hit minus 3, so it comes to a 20 to hit, which I believe still hits you.
Yeah.
So you take... These guys have these, like, curved, like, really more like big daggers than, like, swords. Malachi, you take 10 piercing damage.
Malachi is bloody.
I also need a constitution saving throw from you.
12?
That actually just saves. It's a pretty low DC. These guys are just soldiers after all. But you see that he, like, goes for your eyes with this knife, and you have to, like...
what the fuck?
Jerk your head out of the way, and just kind of, like, end up with, like, a little cut on your forehead that trickles just a little bit of blood down into your eyes, but not enough to actually impede your vision.
Very sexy, thank you.
It looks great, Mal!
Thanks, bud.
Beautiful. Malachi, that is actually your turn.
Whoa.
Fairly low initiatives across the board in this battle, so 14 gets you up there.
Is there anyone else between me and Caleb besides this dude?
Not anybody that matters. I mean, like, in the fiction, there are a whole bunch of soldiers, but not in the battle.
Yeah. I don't need your flies buzzing in my ear, Caleb. And I'm just gonna fucking shove right past this guy and just sort of slowly make my way over and stop, like, within reach of Caleb, but not so much that I had to come all the way to him, you know?
Yeah. He sort of grins. You can see that he was getting ready to. He had no such desire to walk slowly. He was gonna just charge straight at you.
Loser.
And he's standing there with his...
You look desperate, man!
standing there with his greatsword, and he just sort of grins and is like, man, Malachi, everyone used to think you were such hot shit. Now look at you.
Yeah, I made it onto your flagship at the back of your battle lines. What was your point there?
Yeah, but, like, you used to be one of us. You used to be part of something greater, and now you're just fighting against this, with this dying druid land.
Malachi twists his axe around in his hands, and it starts glowing a bit. Oh, I'm part of something greater, Caleb. You actually used to be one of us, remember, Fesliyan?
Caleb's lip curls, and he's like, yeah, Fesliyan's part of something greater now, too.
Oh, it will be. And Malachi's gonna attack.
Awesome.
Does that mean Malachi's trying to start his own empire?
No! It will be part of the free nations of the Lunluma Ocean! I have oaths to keep. Alright, I'm gonna cast Blinding Smite.
Nice.
27 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Alright. So I'm gonna hit Caleb with the Blinding Smite, and also I'm gonna do a Divine Smite at the second level as well.
Okay.
49 damage to Caleb.
Yeah, beautifully done. That shuts him right up. Yeah, you come in with this axe glowing with light and send him staggering backward. Do I have to make some sort of save for blinding?
Yes, you do. You do have to make a save, and it is, I believe, a Constitution save, unfortunately.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
It's 18.
Okay, he fails. He's going to use Indomitable, his Indomitable trait, to re-roll. He doesn't get to automatically pass, he has to re-roll, so let's see if he can do better. And he does do better. He gets a 21 that time, so you see him momentarily, the light, like, flashes and fills his eyes as he stumbles back, but then he, like, blinks and shakes it off with this, like, pig-headedness determination and just glares at you.
Hey, that's my thing. Alright, so I didn't blind him, but I am gonna go in again. 22 to hit?
Yep, that does hit.
And I will Divine Smite this time at the first level.
Okay.
Keep your eyes open there, pal. 21 damage!
Nice.
Yeah, as he's still staggering back from that first hit, the axe swings back around.
Didn't they teach you that in military school?
No, actually.
Huh, maybe it wasn't as great as you cracked it up to be.
You picked that up as you've been sailing around throughout the seas like some sort of lawless vagabond.
Better a vagabond than a shiny pawn.
Okay, that's the war priest's turn. He, kind of blinking static out of his eyes, is going to look up through this cloud of gleaming soldiers around him up at Finn. And Finn, you hear him, like, yell out in your direction, "You are an abomination to the gods!"
Thank you!
Hell yeah, brother!
He's gonna cast banishment on you, Finn. I need a charisma saving throw.
No!
I think I should.
Andy.
14.
Ooh, I am sorry. A 14 does not pass. Finn, you say thank you and promptly, Malachi and Regin, you just see Finn disappear out of the sky. And Finn, you find yourself, like, floating in a, like, dark, empty sea. Like, it feels somewhat similar to being in the Lurker's domain, except for the pervasive sense of emptiness. Like, you reach out your consciousness, and nothing is there.
Ooh. Hello?
It's just quiet.
The hell was that?
Cool. At the end of the priest's turn, he's gonna make an intelligence saving throw to see if he can break the synaptic static. Oh, he absolutely cannot. And he does, casting banishment, because it's concentration, he does drop spirit guardians in the, so he, like,
Nice.
looks up and it lets the soldiers drop in favor of getting Finn the fuck out of there. Okay. Regin, that is your turn. You are currently 90 feet away. Up in the sky, 90 feet away from the ship.
Okay. I'm gonna use my Gift of the Metallic Dragon to give myself a free Cure Wounds.
Okay.
7 more. So I'm up to 35, which is better than I was, because I was at a quarter. And yeah, while I continue flying, I'm gonna BA Rage and go sicko mode. By which I mean spend 2 sorcery points to make it an Arcane Rage.
Cool, so you are now 55 feet away from the ship, raging and a little bit more healed.
Here we go again.
Cool. That's Caleb's turn.
Ugh, this fucking guy.
So, he is going to cast Thunderous Smite.
Yeah, I'll take an opportunity attack on him. That's new, bitch.
Go for it.
He casts Thunderous Smite, and I hit him with a 21?
Yeah, you do. You hit him with a 21.
Nice. I rolled max on both die.
Beautiful.
25 damage, bitch.
Okay.
So Caleb starts to cast his spell, and Malachi just grins and opportunity attacks him.
Yeah. Caleb starts to go like, you see, I've learned new tricks too, and like run his hand dramatically along the flat of his blade. And as he's doing that, as he's doing his little flourish, you like get in with another axe attack, and he goes, ow! And starts swinging at you with his greatsword.
Bro, I learned that spell at like level 3.
Yeah, well, I have better spells too, so I also learned it at level 3. Wow.
So that's not a new trick. Were you only level 2 last time we met?
You must have pissed him off because he gets a 28 to hit.
All right.
King, what the hell?
He's so thrown off by my epic new move of attacking when he casts a spell.
He hits you really well, but for like almost the lowest damage he could have rolled.
Wow.
So you take just 11 total damage from that, although some of it is thunder, and I do need a strength saving throw from you.
23 to save.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You feel the, like, wave of thunder crash over you, but you stay rooted.
You're used to dealing with Regin's tantrums, so.
Yeah. He will make his second attack.
I don't move at all, and I just look at him like blank stare.
23 with the second attack.
I mean, yeah.
Slightly better on damage, but still, actually it comes to an 11 again.
Whew.
How you looking?
Admittedly not awesome.
Okay. But that's the end of Caleb's turn. He does not have a third attack, he's just got the 2. So he's standing there, his greatsword is locked against your axe.
Told you I'd be coming back for a fair fight. I don't know if this counts, but Malachi looks around at the hundreds of people on Caleb's side on the ship around us. And then no one on my side.
That's Nurgle's turn.
So Nurgle did not get banished with me, right?
No.
So he's just still in the air?
Yeah. He's looking somewhat forlornly around for Finn.
Aww.
Yeah, I guess he's just gonna squawk dramatically and stay there in a holding pattern.
Ah!
But he also knows that Malachi and Regin are friends, so he'll keep an eye out for a help opportunity.
Okay.
Thank you, Nurgle.
This wizard is going to point at Malachi. And Malachi, these, like, tendrils of storm cloud come, like, bursting up from the deck and try to wrap themselves around you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Hannah, how far away from me is this guy?
Like 10 feet. He's smart enough to be using Caleb as a buffer between you and him.
That's gonna be a 26.
Beautiful. Yeah, you manage to, push your way out of these tendrils of cloud as they're trying to wrap around you and, tie you to the deck. The axe glows a little bit and kind of, punches through the clouds with these beams of light. You do still take just 7 thunder damage.
All right.
But you are not restrained.
Caleb, cage your dogs.
What?
Am I fighting you or am I fighting your crew? Which is it?
I'm a general, so me and my crew. That's the way it works when you get to have people under your command, instead of just whatever those guys are. He gestures up at Regin and the spot where Finn was a moment ago.
Oh, they can think for themselves. I don't need to tell them what to do.
Cut to Finn in an infinite empty abyss. 93 bottles of beer on the wall, 93 bottles of beer.
I think you mean lemonade, sir.
I rather like telling them what to do. He's going to use his first villain action.
Of course you do, bitch.
This villain action is called Do Your Jobs, and it means that a whole bunch of people around the ship get to make 1 free attack.
Wow!
So, these knights who are standing behind him are going to each throw a javelin. So, one of the 3 of them hits for 8 piercing damage. These 3 soldiers are going to shoot. They are all still synaptic static, so they are going to shoot minus a d6 each. Okay, only one of those even has a shot of hitting. Let's see. Misses because of synaptic static.
Thank Christ.
So none of those guys hit you.
Thank you, Finn, wherever you are.
86 bottles of beer.
The wizard does get an attack, though.
That's the worst guy.
And he hits for...
But I do have Aura of Warding.
That's true, actually. I'm gonna say that this counts as a spell for Aura of Warding, because it's like a magic beam that's coming out of his staff.
Okay.
So you take half of 12, so 6 lightning damage.
Okay.
Okay, unfortunately, it is now the knights' turns.
Ugh.
So, they're gonna draw their swords and charge at you. So, we have 6 people with 2 attacks each. They're all attacking with their morning stars. I actually think they're going to go, the first one as he charges you is going to try and shield bash and knock you down. So, misses, gets a 14.
Thank Christ.
So he'll make his second attack with just his normal morning star. Yeah, that's a 22.
Awesome.
So that does 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
The next one's going to make an attack.
Okay.
Misses with his shield bash. That's only a 16, which misses. Also misses with his morning star.
Oh my god.
Third one hits with the shield bash.
Oh no.
This does slightly less damage, so you only take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then I need a strength saving throw from you.
I am pretty strong. Ugh.
How much health do you have left?
3.
Wow.
I saved so fucking hard on that. It's a 27.
Okay. Your feet sort of skid on the deck a little bit as this guy tries to knock you to the ground. But you manage to keep your footing.
But I'm still fucking standing.
And he gets a 12 on his second attack and misses with that one.
Oh my
So that is
god.
their turn.
I can't believe I lived.
You are still up.
You're gonna have to try harder than that, Caleb.
We are now back up to the top of the round. Can somebody roll a d4 for me for the battle action?
I'll do it, so I get to do something this round.
Yeah.
2.
Okay, cool. A, massive wave kind of, hits and rocks the ship. Malachi, I need another strength saving throw from
and
you.
I'm missing it!
And I'm gonna roll for these guys who are all around you, too.
Would be really nice to have Finn here right now. That's good, but it's still a dirty 20, so.
Caleb keeps his feet. All 3 of the knights fall prone.
Looks like you need to train your men vagabond style.
The soldiers keep their feet. The bard is knocked prone. The priest is fine. Ugh. Cool. Finn, that's your turn. You are still in an abyss. You do have a turn if you'd like to take it.
But, there's nothing I can do to get out.
Yeah, I think you're stuck.
Okay. We see Finn in the abyss, and he has two very crude illusions floating in front of him that look like Regin and Malachi. And he's, like, doing a bad job of ventriloquism, talking out of one side of his mouth. He's like, "Oh, I'm grouchy and rude. Hey, Regin, stop being so grouchy and rude." And then he just stares off into the distance with a deep sigh.
Damn. Okay.
I don't think I'm that grouchy.
This 6 seconds has felt like a lifetime.
I'm the fun one.
I already sang the entire bottles of beer on the wall in the first 4 seconds.
These soldiers with longbows, one of them, the one that charged Malachi, is going to shoot at him.
At me?
Yeah.
Come on, man. What about that dragon?
Again, misses because of synaptic static. The other two are gonna shoot at the approaching dragon.
Fuck.
What about me?
I can't believe you've done this.
Let's see. One of those would miss. One of those is a 18, which I believe still hits you, Regin.
Yeah.
So that's... Oh, just 5 piercing damage. And the second one... Yikes. That is 1 miss and then a crit.
Ugh.
Great.
Okay, but I still can't roll for damage today, so that still only comes to 8 piercing damage.
Whoa. Hold the McFrickin' phone.
Oh yeah, you're raging.
I'm raging.
Yeah, so half of everything I just said.
I'm fine.
The bard is going to use... He's going to use his rallying ostinato and heal himself, the priest, and Caleb. And he's going to move, like, a little bit closer to the center to do this as he heals them all. Not for very much, but for a little bit. Malachi, that is your turn. So...
Fucking hell yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well, Malachi sees the warbard heal these guys. And I am going to use the opportunity to step around the fallen knights, who could not stay on their feet through multiple attempts to knock them prone.
It's true.
I have a very heavy footstep. As I step towards Caleb again, Malachi's going to sort of like rub the back of his neck and sort of crack his neck a little bit and heal himself for 50.
Wow. Does that unbloody you, or are you still bloodied?
Oh, no, I'm very much still bloodied.
Okay, great.
But I'm significantly less bloody, I would think. So I do that, and I crack my neck, and I step around these knights and sort of around Caleb so that I'm in both his range and I'm within 5 feet of Caleb and the War Wizard.
Okay. Beautifully done. Do you have anything else you want to do, Malachi?
You know, I might as well. So yeah, I heal myself up for 50 lay on hands points and get sort of a glow about me. And I spin my axe around in my hands again and look like I'm getting ready for our next round of blows. And as I get my both hands back on the haft, I cast Shield of Faith.
Beautiful.
And, I mean, it's just light around my axe, I think. But it looks like a shield. It's a shield of light.
Yeah, so, like, the glow of your axe, as it sort of is, like, seeping out from the cracks of your body as some of the wounds on you are getting knitted back together. And then the light itself, like, weaves itself into this net of vines over you. Just these, like, vines made out of light with these tiny little fern leaves coming out from around them, just, like, draping over you. And you can feel the Keeper's presence, like, over you as you square up with Caleb for another round.
And I don't say anything.
Awesome. It is the War Priest's turn.
And he decides to drop his concentration just for fun.
No.
But Hannah, doesn't he want his Spirit Guardians back?
He does miss his Spirit Guardians. I miss his Spirit Guardians. He never even got to use them. But he likes not having Finn there. So he's going to...
He's a delightful guy once you get to know him.
He's going to look up at Regin, and he's going to try and Guiding Bolt Regin. God damn it. Yeah. He only gets like a 14, and then the synaptic static makes it even less. So it just kind of like whizzes past you, Regin, as you're starting to tuck your wings and dive toward the ship. I presume, not to presume what you're doing. It's your turn now.
All right, Papa's coming. I am going to upcast lightning bolt at a 4th level and just try and smoke as many people as I can.
Yeah, awesome.
Ideally, I guess focusing more on the back half, like wherever Malachi is less so.
Yeah, you can hit the priest, the bard, and those soldiers. Basically everybody that Finn hit with synaptic static, you can hit with lightning bolt.
Perfect. And I'm also gonna definitely set some shit on fire.
Okay, the war priest is still synaptic static. So is the bard. And the soldiers. No, not a lot of intelligence among these guys.
Shocking.
Okay, so that is going... anybody who fails takes 40, anybody who passes takes 20.
Okay, cool. Let me roll for... Let me do the soldiers first.
Your DC is 18.
Okay, out of the 3 of them, only 1 saves. The other 2 are dead. They had 39 hit points left, so taking the full 40 kills them. The other one is, still standing, just barely. The bard... Wow, the bard crits. So he manages to save. The war priest... Oh my god, the war priest just barely fails. Rolls a 16, but adds nothing to this, so fails. So, the war priest needs to make a DC 20 concentration check. He adds 6 to this. So, he did roll a 17. So, he's got a 23. I'm rolling the synaptic static dice. 6 on the synaptic static dice. So...
Fuck yeah, Regin.
So, Regin, you, sail towards the ship, hold out your hands, and let out this blast of lightning. Half of the ship is engulfed by it, and this takes out, a bunch of the normal soldiers who are there in the fiction, but not in the initiative as well. As you knock 3 of these soldiers who are just training their longbows on you to the ground, you see both the bard and the priest kind of stumble back, and as the priest goes kind of, crashing against the railing, the air flickers, and Finn appears floating in the air once again above the ship.
You all see, when Finn reappears, he's holding the little doll of himself that Lizzie made right up in his face and muttering, "No, with me around, you'll never be alone, Finn, don't worry." You'll never have to... Oh my god, I'm back, hey!
Come on, Finn!
Where the fuck have you been?
The war priest is also now bloodied, just for, additional information. Okay, cool.
Also, I do want to specify, I did tuck in to dive a little bit to kind of do this as kind of a strafing attack, just blasting my beam. But I do want to pull up. I'm turning this into a drive-by.
Yo, pull up, bro.
Nice.
Fucking raging down
you
here.
Absolutely can do that, especially because lightning bolt has such a wide range. So you sort of pull up, and you are up in the air with Finn, kind of above the ship.
I'm making airplane noises to myself because I know what an airplane noise is.
Malachi looks up and points up to both of you. Okay, I see you're both here now. Good, I can go back to worrying about this sort of deal. Not an accusatory finger point.
Regin, why is he pointing at us? What did we do?
I don't know what it is with him. It's always, don't use your magic, and then it's don't use your magic.
Malachi pumps his fist and points.
Oh, okay.
Crude illusion, Malachi would never point his finger at me so accusingly. The Abyss changed me, Regin.
I saw Crude Illusion on tour back in 87. I followed them around for a bit. It was pretty nice.
Caleb, whose turn it is now, as you do that, Malachi, sneers again and is "You threw away the brotherhood of soldiers for a slimy cultist and a sorcerer who's best known for blowing up his own crew."
Oh, he's known for a lot more than that.
Yeah, blowing up my crew also, apparently.
Yeah, much better if you ask me.
I poke Finn to kind of check the slime quotient of the day.
Nice and viscous.
I'll be frank, Caleb, your brotherhood isn't looking very solid right now. I look back to the entire half of his ship that just got wiped out by my brotherhood's lightning blast.
He snarls again. He is not going to cast a spell because he remembers what happened last time. So he's just going to attack you. Actually, the War Priest is going to use his reaction to give Caleb a +10 on this roll.
Ugh.
The War Priest kind of like points over to him, and that will make this hit. I would love to see some 5s or 6s.
I would very much not.
Yeah.
Malachi, how come your accusing points don't give me +10s, huh?
I'm not a priest. I have never been to seminary school.
8 slashing damage, Malachi.
Okay.
You're not?
No! I didn't even know my god's name!
Oh, okay, then forget all that stuff I told you in confession, okay?
Oh no, that's burned in there, Finn.
I thought the hors d'oeuvres were for everyone!
They were! I told you that!
Don't try to make me feel better, Malachi. I'm too proud.
His second attack is only a 15.
Okay, so the second attack misses.
Yeah.
And as I duck that one, I'm like, so would any of these men in your brotherhood die for you if you weren't commanding them?
Does it matter?
It's about to.
Okay, awesome. That's the end of Caleb's turn. That is Nurgle's turn.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Well, first, Finn and Nurgle share an emotional embrace.
Finn spits out a feather.
Oh, it's good to see you, Nurgle. Get ready to help whoever needs it. You know, your usual.
He's such a swell guy.
Okay.
Well, let me actually be specific. Any of us. Don't help the other soldiers.
He needed that.
I know you have just such a generous nature.
The wizard is going to raise his staff and cast a spell. So,
Alright.
Malachi, if you'd like to do something.
Alright, he's going to cast a spell while I am going to... I'm going to attack the old guy.
Awesome. Go for it.
I have magic spells too, but usually this is more efficient. A 21 to hit.
Yeah, he's a wizard. That hits him.
Yeah. 11 damage.
Okay. He then raises his staff the rest of the way. And out of it starts to bloom this, like, net of blue lightning that just, like, arcs out like a flower.
Uh-oh.
Like, bubbling up from the top of the staff and flying up. Like it's falling, but reverse.
Like a net?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a net.
Oh, no.
Up toward Finn and Regin. Finn and Regin, it does not actually do anything to you as it gets up there, but there is now just this 20-foot radius sphere of lightning around the area where both of you are.
Is it totally enclosing them, then?
It is enclosing them, but it looks like it doesn't look like a physical object. You don't think it's actually trapping you there. But there is, like, static electricity running up and down your arms. Regin, it sort of feels nice. Finn, it maybe feels less nice.
Is this what it feels like to be you, Regin?
Yeah, pretty much.
That is the knights. They're going to, all three of them are going to stand up, and then they're all going to do the same thing they did last time, which is try to knock Malachi prone and then try and hit him.
Yeah, okay.
First one, ooh, hits with his shield bash. You take 6 bludgeoning damage, and I need a strength saving throw.
You guys gotta stop trying this. 26.
Yep, you're good. Misses with his second attack.
I'm made of rocks.
The second one will also try and shield bash you. Misses with his shield bash. Misses with the Morning Star. Your AC is so fucking high. Third one gets a 20.
That misses!
But yeah, Shield of Faith is still up. And then misses with his Morning Star. Okay. Cool. So, top of the round, will someone please roll me a d4?
1.
Cool. So, there are, like, cannons on this ship. Luckily for you guys, they're all, like, built so that they're pointing out, so it's a little bit difficult to, like, shoot people who are
Damn.
on the deck of the ship or people who are, like, directly above the deck of the ship. However, as the people who man these cannons are trying to, like, get them ready and see what they can do with them, there is, like, a cloud of, like, smoke and dust kind of being created. I need everyone to please make a con save for me.
I got a 25.
I'm gonna spend another sorcery point just to reroll that real quick.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Oh my god.
Maybe you guys should get within range of me.
I rolled the same fucking number.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So 12.
Okay, that actually saves. It's a lair action. It has a fairly low DC. So Finn is the only one who gets... Finn, you get smoke in your eyes. You are blinded.
You're not there, Finn. You're back with us.
Oh no! It's the void again!
It'll clear at the end of your turn. But for your turn, you are blinded. Finn, that is your turn. So sorry. At the top of your turn, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dirty 20.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah, brother.
Cool, so you only take half. Actually, you don't take any damage on a pass. That's nice.
Hell yeah.
Cool,
Nice.
so this like, static electricity is arcing around you, but you do not actually take any damage from it. Cool, alright, you're blinded, but you are free to take your turn.
Hey, Malachi, do you want us to kill this guy, or is it like a 1v1 honor duel thing for you?
This guy? I point to Caleb.
I can't see where you're pointing. There's smoke in my eyes. I'm talking about Caleb.
I mean,
I assume that's Caleb there. We've never actually met before.
Yeah, that's General Crevitas to you.
no, it's Caleb to you, Finn.
Okay,
I don't know why everyone thinks they can just use my first name.
He's not your general.
okay, Seaman.
I mean, you could, but frankly, I'd be more worried about the spellcasters. Caleb isn't that impressive.
I'm the general.
Yeah, so we can use you for leverage. Your little priests, though.
Finn very sardonically does like a mocking salute, but he's doing it in the wrong direction because he can't see. So blinded means I'll have disadvantage on attack rolls, right?
Yes,
But if it's people making a save against my spell, then it's normal.
correct. Unless the spell specifically says a creature you can see.
So layout at the back of the ship, we got the bard and the war priest, and most of the mooks around them are just dead at this point, right?
Yeah, there's like one soldier still standing, but that's it.
And in front of the ship is Malachi fighting Caleb and also the war wizard.
And these 3 knights.
Okay. So I am going to fly over to the war priest and the bard again and blast them with Cone of Cold.
Ooh, nice.
So they need to make a Constitution save. I whisper, Regin, aim me.
Okay, the priest passes, the bard fails with an @1. That soldier who's standing over there also fails.
Okay, so for the ones that failed, that's 38 cold damage and 19 for the guy who passed.
Okay, the bard is bloodied, the soldier is dead. The war priest continues to be bloodied.
Nice.
You swoop down as Regin points you, and this, like frosty marine ice blasts out from your hands and just covers this entire, again, the back half of the deck, which is now, like, this part of the ship is not looking great because it got blasted with the synaptic static, then with lightning, and now with this, like, the rime of the deep sea coats the entire back half of this deck.
Okay, so, question. For using my tentacle, the description says that I summon it at a point I can see. However, it's already been summoned, and it doesn't say anything about attacking a creature you can see. So
Yeah.
it can still hit the priest again, right?
Yes, I would agree. I would say with disadvantage, though, because you can't see.
Ah,
But it can attack.
right. Well,
Can Nurgle help it?
yeah, can I get help from Nurgle?
Yeah, sure, Nurgle can help. Make it flat.
Nurgle, it's your turn to aim me.
Ah!
14 to hit?
No, he's wearing armor.
Ah, man.
Nurgle swoops down and tries to aim the tentacle, but it just sort of ends up, like, flopping around, and the priest sort of rolls out of the way.
Ah, well. And then I am going to fly back, do a little retreat to get away again. And then I'm going to just take a moment and pull out the old standard. I'm going to do a little telepathic search around myself, because now we're at, like, the back lines of the Navy, so we're probably a bit of a ways into the open sea.
For sure.
And just do a check, see if I can find any sign of anything impressive nearby that I could rally to my side.
Yeah. Finn, roll a d20 for me.
Natural 1.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's
the coolest guy, actually.
You send out a wave of energy, and you get like a very like enthusiastic, high-pitched noise that you can tell is just like some like small fish that is like, oh, I'm so ready. Hi.
Hi! I appreciate your support.
You're welcome. I'm helping.
Yes, you are.
If anyone was looking down into the ocean, you'd see just like the tiniest little splash.
He is helping.
But Finn, I will say, even with that, at like the very fringes of your telepathy, you can almost like hear, like kind of behind the voice of the small fish, you can hear like a reverberation, like a ringing. It's not quite coalesced into actual thoughts yet, but you can tell that there's something else out there. It's just barely beyond your reach right now.
I telepath to the little tiny fish. You know, it would be really helpful if you swim out a little ways, and if you see anything big, make sure they know the right direction to go, all right?
Oh, okay. I can do that. I'm on it. There's another tiny splash.
Aww.
Go with my blessing.
Wow. Okay. Andy, one more question. Do you fly out of the, like, lightning bubble?
Oh.
You can, it has the downside of putting you a little further away from the ship.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. So you're out, like, probably, like, 30 feet horizontal distance, and then another 30 feet up.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful. These soldiers are all dead. The warbard,
I call down to the warbard. What's the point of having you when they could just have, like, another guy with a sword? Because all you do is let one more guy with a sword go.
Finn, he glares up at you and plays a little ditty. He is going to use his Song of the Gods. Each creature of his choice within 30 feet of him has advantage on attack rolls until the start of his next turn. So he is going to include, most notably, Caleb and then the knights that are still up in that.
I didn't see anything happen. Was that something, or were you just noodling?
He, like, moves the flute aside, is like, give it to somebody else's turn.
Yeah, it's always up to somebody else, huh?
You guys have no appreciation for support casters. Nobody ever cares about us.
The only bard I've ever met before this sucked. And you're not exactly dispelling my preconceptions here.
Malachi, it's your turn.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna attack Caleb again. Yes, I will, spin my axe around again, casting Thunderous Smite, and it's a go for Caleb.
Nice.
I crit!
Wow! Beautiful!
Alright, and onto that Thunderous Smite, I will tack on a 3rd level Divine Smite. I might as well. I might not have enough dice to roll this straight out, so give me a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 86 on my first hit.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so Malachi heals himself, steps around Caleb, and just fucking blasts the shit out of him. There is so much thunderous radiant just flying through this man's body right now.
Yeah, everything else on the ship, like, stops for a second. It is one of those, it is a hit that, like, reverberates, and probably the other ships...
Do I, like, briefly white out the...
Oh, yeah, the other ships, there's, like, a visible, like, you know, like, sound wave.
Oh, and there's also 300 feet of thunder, yeah.
Yeah, holy shit, he's bloodied. By a lot.
Okay. I fucking hope it is.
And he needs to make a save for Thunderous Smite, so hold on.
Yes, he does.
Wow. I think he gets a 15, which I believe fails.
Yeah, he fails!
So he is blasted back and knocked prone.
Oh my god. Sorry, I'm ecstatic right now.
Uh-huh.
And he is 10 feet away?
Yes. You're basically, so instead of really blasting him back, you're blasting him, like, to the side. He almost pitches over the side of the ship. Just barely catches himself on the railing.
And I take a couple of steps so I'm standing over him.
Yeah. I do think that there's no way to do this without leaving the threatened area of at least one of the knights.
That's fine.
Okay. So they will... Yeah, they miss anyway because of your armor class.
Nice.
So you step up next to where he is, like, half draped over the railing at the edge of the ship. He kind of, like, caught himself with his elbows, and is, like, in the process of trying to get back to his feet.
I don't know. I mean, this feels kind of dishonorable to attack you while you're down, but your entire thing is kind of dishonorable, so...
Yeah, if you don't attack me right now, I'm getting up.
Yeah, no, this is all within, like... We're all talking at the speed of light right now because this was one hit immediately into another hit.
Yeah.
Which does hit with a 21, right?
Beautiful. Yes, it does.
So I do the massive hit, and then I walk over and I smite him again. This time it's just for a second level.
Okay.
So second hit is 24 damage.
Okay, he's starting to look pretty worn. Yeah, he is, like, bloodied, like, collapsed against this railing, kind of, like, breathing heavy. You can see the sweat trickling down the side of his face. Anything else, Malachi?
You can still go back home, Caleb, and I'll offer him my hand.
Cool. He is going to use a villain action at the end of your turn. He glares up at you and he just goes, "Shut up," and, like, knocks your hand away.
That is a villain action.
Then he yells out, "Form up!" And every one of his allies can move up to their speed without taking opportunity attacks.
No, that's unfortunate.
He's gonna use this to just, like, stand up and to back away from Malachi, kind of, like, bringing his sword up in front of him. It doesn't feel like he's retreating. It feels like he's getting himself into a more strategic position. He kind of curls around
Recollecting, yeah, like circling me, yeah.
And you see the others kind of do anyone who's still in melee with you draws back and, like, holds up their shield. All of them gain a +2 to their AC for this round. Although it's actually just until Caleb's next turn, which is not that long.
Okay.
But that's his villain action. This is the War Priest's turn. The War Priest is going to cast Mass Cure Wounds.
No!
And is going to hit themselves, the Bard, the Wizard, Caleb. Everyone else is either dead or fine.
Yeah, all these knights have done is fall down.
Yeah.
When the War Priest raises up his hands, Finn winces in preparation for being banished again. He's holding the doll tightly inside his cloak.
All of them regain 16 hit points.
Ugh.
And then... Regin, that is your turn. Oh, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please, because you are still in the bubble.
17.
Ooh, that just saves. So you take... Oh no, you don't take anything. I did the same thing again. Yeah, you and Finn got bubbled. It didn't hurt Finn, and it doesn't hurt you either, because you also save it. It's a no damage on it. This bubble is a lot less impressive than it looks on paper. Okay, Regin, that is your turn.
Alright, so Hannah, I am going to tuck my wings and dive bomb the War Wizard.
Okay.
And I'm going to... I ready my hammer, and then I kind of pause, and I put my hammer away, and I draw out the black blade that I stole from the general.
Uh-huh. Malachi, you recognize your grandfather's sword. You can see that Caleb also recognizes General Neiman's sword. Sort of, there's a looking up at Regin like, what the fuck happened here, as he charges.
I also do this because I am not aware of what exactly went on. Regin, buddy?
Let's make wizard kebabs. And I tuck my wings, dive, and I try to skewer the wizard.
Cool. You try to skewer this old man. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh, it hits as fuck. I rolled a 19, and then I add, like, 7 things to that, so.
Yeah, for sure. He's just a wizard.
And What does a longsword do? D10?
Yeah, D10, because you can hold it in both hands.
So that is going to be 11 piercing damage plus 4 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and attack again upon alighting upon the deck.
He actually loses concentration on his bubble. Not that it was really doing anything, but he loses it.
Nice. Dirty 20 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
6 piercing and 5 necrotic.
Okay. He is not happy that you have flown down here.
Also, just remember that the wizard now has dis on any roll that isn't against me, and if he hits a creature other than me with an attack, that creature has resistance.
Thank you for the reminder, yes.
He's getting hindered.
Yeah, absolutely. The baby dragons are out.
Wow, hey guys, I missed you.
Anything else, Regin?
I'll dismiss my wings just for a little bit of flavor.
Ooh, cool.
And kind of square up into formation besides Malachi.
Hell yeah. Malachi bumps shoulders with you, Regin.
Sorry I was late. I had to make a deposit.
You're just in time.
Wait, no. Shit, that sounds like I was taking I wasn't shitting. I mean,
I told you to go before we left, Regin.
look, I got nervous. Oh, is this Caleb? This is the...
Yeah.
Oh.
Regin, did you say you were shitting?
No, I said it... Never mind.
Hey, did you, Malachi looks at the sword. Tell me later, not in front of this guy.
Later.
No, I want to know also.
You don't get to make demands, Caleb.
You stole that.
I spit on Caleb.
Okay. Well, it's his turn now, so he...
Looks like the Brotherhood's arrived.
Yeah, he's gonna close with both of you and take one attack against each of you. He kind of like swings the greatsword at Malachi first and then swings it back around and swings it at Regin. Nat 1 against Malachi, so that's not salvageable.
I just fucking bodied you, dude.
But then he swings back around the other way toward Regin. That is a 27 to hit.
Fair enough.
So you take 15 slashing damage.
No, Regin, you do not. You take 5.
Thanks, bestie.
Don't forget rage also.
Oh.
I think interception triggers first because you reduce the damage the target takes and then Regin takes half that.
So
damage.
Regin would only take 2 then.
2. Yeah. So Malachi gets his axe up and blocks the majority of the sword, and then the rest of it just kind of glances off this arcane rage that is pulsing through your veins.
I smile at Caleb.
Caleb sort of like glares at both of you and is like, do you actually think that you're going to fucking win here?
Maybe.
Like, you know, big picture here, not like here on this ship. Although you're not going to win here either.
I don't know, how many gods are on your side?
He looks over at the priest, who's like, the 5 that matter!
All of them? Really? Are you sure?
Yes!
Hey, Finn, which are the gods that matter?
What? You're too far away. I can't hear
You're
you.
only like 30 feet from me, aren't you?
Now he's facing the wrong way.
There's a battle going on.
Okay,
Did Regin say he was shitting?
You already asked that.
And no one answered.
That's Nurgle's turn if you want him to do anything exciting.
Nurgle, stay with me.
He's more than happy to do so.
And also, can you hear what they're saying? There's like the cannons and everything. I feel like I'm missing some good stuff.
He explains that Regin was shitting.
Oh, okay.
And suggests that you guys should start just doing it anywhere like birds do, and that would save time.
Power move. Shit in front of Caleb right now on this deck.
I actually just expel my waste through my pores like a fish.
Oh, Finn.
Is that what the slime is?
Ew, man, you licked that.
I don't like this lore. The wizard is going to try to just hit you with the staff, Regin. Wow, gets a 23 to hit with the first one. So you take 6 half to 3 bludgeoning, and then an additional 10 half to 5 lightning. So total of 8 there. And he has a second staff attack. Does a 17 hit you?
Yeah.
Nice. So 5 have to 2 bludgeoning, and 6 have to 3 lightning.
I just skewered you twice with a cursed sword, and you're trying to bonk me with a taser?
Yes! You're a disgrace to the practice of magic!
You said that about 2 of my friends now.
They're both disgraces to the practice of magic!
What about me?
You're doing a pretty good job, actually. That was a really impressive blast on the general a minute ago. Caleb's like, excuse me? What?
I told you your brotherhood wouldn't die for you.
It can be traitorous and still impressive.
What did he say? He thinks my face is tragic? What?
He really likes you, Finn.
But
But not so much that you shouldn't kill him.
the knights who are still here are gonna come attack. 2 of them are gonna attack Malachi, 1's gonna attack Regin. They're doing the same shield bash thing first. Hits with the shield bash. I need a strength saving throw from you again, please. And you also take 5 damage.
19?
Yep, you're fine. Ooh, but actually also hits with his Morning Star. They never do that. Doesn't super matter because he didn't knock you down, but you do still take 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then this guy misses with the shield bash, misses with the Morning Star. This one going after Regin, misses with the shield bash, hits with the Morning Star. So you take 9 piercing damage, then halves to 4.
I'm alright.
Caleb is going to take a villain action at the end of this turn before the end of the round. He is just going to look between the 2 of you and just, like, yell, "For glory!" And he's gonna make 5 attacks against Malachi.
That's what you're fighting for?
Yes! Obviously! It always has been! He gets a 17 on his first attack. So,
Who's Corey and why are you fighting for them?
16 on his second attack. Come on, King, for glory. You gotta hit. There we go. 22 on this one. So that's 9 slashing damage. Fourth attack. Fourth attack is a dirty 20.
No!
What are you doing?
By the time that it's number 4, Regin has gathered himself enough to cast out not his real wings, but his spectral wings. And they wrap around Malachi protectively.
Malachi is hold.
And give him a +3 to his AC, and Malachi is hold.
Nice. Yeah, that one misses. He's gonna take his last attack. 24 to hit.
Okay. Sure.
Smashes past the wings. 14 slashing damage.
I'm up!
Okay. By how much? What are you at? 2? Wow. Okay. Okay. At the end of this round, I'm going to do something that I have not yet done. I'm going to make a morale roll. The DC of this roll is affected by various things that have happened. Enough things have happened now to trigger the making of the roll. Currently, they only have to beat a 7 on a flat D20 roll with no modifier.
Damn.
Which they do, no problem. But you can see, like, you guys can sense that the battle is shifting. People are starting to think that maybe you guys actually are going to win this one ultimately. Will someone roll a D4 for me? It would be nice if you could roll a 3.
I'll do my best. Sorry, I rolled a 2.
Okay. A 2 is the waves again, and Finn can see them this time. So
Wow!
go ahead and make a strength save, Malachi and Regin, because your feet are on the deck.
24.
19.
Yeah, that's fine. The wizard falls down, everybody else keeps their feet.
Of course he does.
Finn, that is you.
Okay, so Finn flies closer to the ship because he's sick of not being able to follow the action. And as he flies over the deck, he sees the War Priest again and is like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot about you. You're like, you banished me, man.
Yes!
That's fucked up."
You're an abomination. I was trying to get you, was hoping it would stick, but unfortunately you're back.
Wow, okay, well, let's see how you like it.
What?
And I'm gonna cast Mental Prison on him.
Oh, no. Good God.
So he needs to make an intelligence save.
Oh, no, he's proven not good at these. Come on, King. That's a 13.
That's a fail. So first, he's gonna take 5d10 psychic damage.
Great.
Jesus.
So that's 24 psychic damage.
Okay, he's still alive.
And then he's bound in an illusory prison. So he cannot see or hear anything outside of his mental prison, and he is restrained. And I am going to make the prison appear to be something that looks a lot like the void that he banished me to, except there's a darkness in the distance encroaching on him very quickly. In fact, so quickly it gets to him, and all of a sudden there's just this massive swirl of water around him, and he can see angry eyes and gnashing teeth in the water surrounding him on every side.
Ooh. Okay. Everybody else, you see this priest just, like, drop to his knees and start going, ah! And kind of, like, holding up his hands as if to fend off some invisible assailant.
This guy looks goofy as fuck right now.
And what that means is if he is moved or reaches any part of his body through, like, the wall of his illusory cell, he will take 10d10 psychic damage.
Oh my god.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take my tentacle, and I turn on the bard, and I'm about to have my tentacle whack, and I'm like, wait a second, hold on, I just want to check, like, are you, like, a non-combatant? Because, again, like, it doesn't seem like you're doing anything. I don't want to, like, kill you if you're not actually part of this.
Would this be a war crime?
Oh, I mean, yeah, no, I'm not involved, actually. I'm just, like, a musician who's hanging out. He blows on the flute again.
Can I tell if he's lying?
You can make an insight check.
It's a lie, Finn!
Bard behavior.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you see through it. Yes, he's a combatant.
I've never met a bard I liked. And, well, that's not true. I've never met a bard I liked eventually. You know, sometimes I like them at first. And then he whacks him with a tentacle. Hopefully. Dirty 20 to hit again.
Yep, that hits.
1 damage.
Wow.
Finn still feels kind of bad, so it's a very light hit.
Smacks the flute out of his hand.
Okay. Cool. Anything else, Finn?
Well, I am going to, once again, fly up a little and reach out with my telepathy again, see if I can trawl anything out of the depths.
Roll a d20.
18!
Okay. You stretch out your consciousness again, and first, you hit that little fish from before, and you hear it go, I told him! Don't worry, I told him! And then you stretch out the telepathy a little bit further, and you start hearing again that sort of high-pitched, like, screeching reverberation. It almost feels like nails being dragged across metal, except somehow it's not grating to Finn. It just feels, oddly enough, it almost feels familiar in a way that you didn't necessarily expect. Yeah, you can tell, Finn, that something is coming. It does not immediately surface, but you can feel that it is like, it's coming. The Warbard is going to interrupt you up there by being like, oh yeah, how's this for doing nothing? And blowing a very sharp note on his flute. Hopefully he hits, or this is gonna... Yeah! 25. So, Finn, you take 15 thunder damage from Power Chord.
Finn really does his best to just, like, grit his teeth and not show that anything happened to him.
You're a pretty good liar.
What? What are you talking about?
Damn it, he lowers his flute.
Are you sure you're supposed to be here?
Yes, I'm very useful.
Okay.
All right.
General Crevitas, is this like a Make-A-Wish kind of thing, or what?
No, but thank you for using my title. He glares at Malachi and Regin.
Come on, man.
Malachi, that's you.
Okay. How bad does Caleb look?
Not that bad.
Not like he has 2 HP.
Yeah, he got healed. He was looking, like, pretty low, and then he got healed, and he also, like, at the top of his turn, you saw him, like, gather his strength a bit.
Ugh, loser.
He is still bloodied, though. And, like, pretty
Yeah.
significantly. But he is not on death's door by any means.
Yeah, okay. Caleb does his stupid 5 little hits, and Malachi's still up, still standing, even though he looks like shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I will attack him. I'll try and blind him again.
Hell yeah.
Hey, none of you die.
Yeah.
That's my last 3rd level, so,
Okay.
yeah. 2 HP, we're going in, baby. Malachi bumps Regin's shoulder with his, and then steps away to square up with Caleb, turning Caleb so Caleb isn't facing Regin.
Okay.
And I am going to run my hand up my axe, and it starts like painfully glowing.
Uh-huh.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Oh my god.
18 is his armor class. So an 18
Okay.
just barely. He doesn't have a shield, he's just got plate.
Wow, he's just like me, derogatory. Okay, blinding smite. Wow, I might as well go all out with this, I suppose. So I will also do 1st level divine smite.
Okay.
34 damage with that.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And he has to make a save.
Yes, con?
Yeah.
Okay. 17.
He fails!
Yeah.
He's blind!
Yeah, so you smash your axe into him and you see the light, like, just flares so brightly. Regin and Finn, it, like, for a second, it looks like the light that seeps out of the top of the lighthouse. And Caleb kind of, like, his eyes, like, you can see that his eyes are sort of glowing with the reflection of it, and he's, like, blinking rapidly, trying to clear his vision. Malachi, you have a second attack.
Oh, yeah!
And you have advantage. I believe blinded gives advantage.
Okay. I rolled a 7 and an 8. But an 18 does hit, as we've determined.
An 18 does hit, so you get another 18. Yeah.
Okay. 19 damage on the 2nd hit.
He's not looking so hot. He is really, really not looking so hot.
And since he can't see me, I'm gonna step back toward my buddy Regin.
Yep, he can't make an opportunity attack. Caleb is, like, looking around. Like, he can hear that you stepped away from him, but he's, like, looking around somewhat frantically, trying to track your movements. Okay. That is the War Priest, who cannot see anyone to heal them.
Oh, yeah.
And is stuck in here. I think instead he's just gonna cast Spirit Guardians again. So, like, the Spirit Guardians kind of, like, sweep out around the mental prison, and so no one can get close to this guy, but he is not within 15 feet of any of you currently. So it doesn't actually do anything. He's just, like, in the mental prison and with these, like, gleaming soldiers swirling around him.
Okay.
Regin, that is you.
Okay. Step 1 is a 3rd level Cure Wounds on Malachi.
Thanks, Regin.
So that is 19 plus 5.
Wow, holy shit, man. Thank you.
Step 2, I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to quicken a spell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cast Ralathim's Psychic Lance at the War Mage.
Beautiful.
I need an intelligence save.
Ooh, okay. Finally, an intelligence save from someone who's actually pretty good at those. Let's just see if I can roll enough to back it up. 17?
Does not save.
God damn, you guys' DCs are really high. I don't know if you know that. Okay, what happens?
I am about to roll some psychic damage, and the War Mage is incapacitated until my next turn.
Oh, yeah, great, awesome, cool.
And he takes 32 psychic damage.
Yep, he is bloodied and incapacitated.
I slap Mal the way that Mal has always slapped me to heal me.
Wow.
Heal him up, and then I'll do my own little neck crack moment and then blast the wizard with my eye beams.
Malachi was like one step away from falling on the ground sideways.
Okay, beautifully done. Are you staying standing next to Malachi?
Yes.
Okay. Caleb's turn. What does he need to do to get unblind?
At the end of his turn, he can make another save.
Okay. He's going to cast Branding Smite.
That's fair.
Then he is going to navigate by sound to where you are, Malachi, and make 2 attacks with disadvantage.
Okay.
For glory. He locked into it. You can sort of see that, like, the general has disappeared a little bit, and he just seems like an angry warrior who is just trying to knock you down because he's pissed.
Bit of a frenzied child moment.
Yeah, that's a 15 on the first one, and actually a 22 on the second one.
Okay.
So he hits you for... He does manage to come up with a total of 20 damage.
Wow. Thanks, Regin!
And hilariously, more light gets added onto all the light that you're already shedding, because that's what Branding Smite does. So there's like an extra...
Can you see me now, Caleb?
Extra amount of glowing. He kind of scrubs at his eyes with con save against...
Yeah.
No, he gets an 11 and goes, no!
I'm the one that's glowing.
Andy, do you want Nurgle to do anything?
Nah, he can just stick with me.
The wizard is incapacitated. The knights are still here. And
I forgot about those guys.
Yep, they're going to keep doing their thing again. This time, 2 of them are going to go after Regin, 1 after Malachi. Ooh, first one hits with his shield bash. So you take 5, have to 2, and I need a strength saving throw from you.
With Aura 19.
Okay, you're fine. You're not prone. Misses with his Morning Star. Second one misses with the shield bash. Does the 16 hit you?
Yes, but I'm gonna use my wings.
I could intercept this one also, if you want to save your wings.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Yeah. So that's, well, would be a total of 9 damage.
Yeah, no, I rolled a 7, so that brings it to 10. Or, no, 12!
Beautiful. Yeah, so you block the entire hit. This third one is going after Malachi. That's a 4. Ooh, hits with his Morning Star. And it's going to do 9 damage to you. So I believe Life Well activates.
That would take me down, yeah.
Yeah.
So I briefly drop.
Mm-hmm. You see this hit that, like, and again, everybody, there's another moment where the whole battlefield, like, freezes for a second as it looks like Malachi should finally go down.
And I do for a second. Caleb could hear my knees hit the deck.
Yeah, but then you feel this, like, pulse of heat from the back of your neck and take in another big breath and push yourself back to your feet.
Stay with me, buddy.
Is that all?
Okay, end of the round. I'm gonna make another morale roll. You haven't actually killed anyone new this round, so the DC has stayed the same.
I did curse the fuck out of their wizard.
Yep, the wizard and the war priest are both incapacitated, which is definitely a blow, but they rolled pretty high on that. At the top of the round, can somebody roll me another d4?
It's a 2.
Okay. Another wave. So can I get strength saving throws from the 2 of you again? If we ask Andy to roll, it's always a 2.
Wow, this is great, huh?
26.
Yep, you're good.
I got a nat 1 that I think comes to a 13.
Okay. Nat 1's auto fail, so Regin, you do fall prone.
I got you, bud. Maybe.
Finn. That's your turn. However, before you take your turn, you are still, like, hovering up here above the ship, kind of, like, looking down as you see Malachi and Regin both still on their feet, both still kind of, like, seeming like they've got this, but distinctly, bloodied. You see Malachi's tattoo activate. You can see that it's this sort of, like, bloody stumble to the finish in the middle here, as the rest of the battle is still kind of, like, raging around you. You then kind of, like, you hear that high-pitched screeching noise in your head getting louder and louder. And actually, it gets to the point where the rest of you can hear it too. You start hearing this, like, this screeching coming from the ocean. Out around, near the other ships around you, you see these massive spikes start sticking out of the water. They're punching through some of the ships around you like they're nothing. Holes just kind of like crashing through the ships. Between the spikes, kind of out in this space of open ocean, you realize, Finn, you've got the best vantage point. You realize that these spikes are actually legs. And between them, you start to see massive 50-foot-long tendrils emerging. A segmented mouth the size of a small boat, tasting the salt on the air. And these two massive, bulbous eyes rising up behind them, looking around. One of them locks on you, Finn, and again, there's that feeling of recognition, of familiarity. It tilts away and rolls back under the water, and you see the back of a massive shell that heaves up over the surface of the water, and it's then you realize that there aren't only one of these massive crustaceans. There are at least a dozen now coming up from the depths beneath you, these massive, what almost look like shrimp, emerging from the water around you. These Cthulhu-like monstrosities grown to 50-foot size, much larger than they were when you coughed them up, and they begin just tearing the fleet of Lithyos apart around you.
Come to daddy, boys!
There's an echoing, high-pitched screeching.
Malachi briefly looks up when Finn says that. What?
Ah, shit, I didn't get Jonesy anything for his bar mitzvah.
Finn, you're free to take your turn. This is happening around you. The sailors on the ship look pretty terrified.
Oh, yeah. I shout again. See? Tide! Coming in! It all ties together, huh?
Ah! What the fuck are those?
Haven't you ever seen a shrimp before?
Okay, I reach out with my telepathy to all these monsters, ideally trying to, like, pick out which one is Jonesy among this swarm.
Yeah, it looks like the first one that surfaced was Jonesy. It sort of like comes, it's sticking closest to your ship. You can see his eyes like sticking up out of the water kind of nearby.
I telepath, I missed you, and my god, you've gotten so big. I mean, seriously, you've gotten so big, it's only been like a week? This is crazy.
Yeah! It's it's higher pitched than that, and more, like, loud. Yippee!
You will be the leader, Jonesy, my youngest and most loyal.
I shan't subject you all to it again, but just imagine, like, a shriek of excitement.
Also, I can't remember if I ever actually told you that, but I named you Jonesy, so there you go.
Wow!
Everyone else, I will get around to it. Once I get a read on your personalities, I will come up with a suitable name.
Chorus of nails against chalkboard.
And now, my children, if that's the right word to use, I'm not totally sure, but who cares? Sink them all! They don't deserve to sail on our ocean!
Yeah. Go ahead and make a persuasion check, as these shrimp are already beginning the process of dragging the ships below.
17.
Okay. Yeah, you see that they, tendrils are reaching up, legs are punching holes through the hulls of ships. Cannon fire starts, like, reverberating, well, even more cannon fire. There was already a lot of cannon fire. But, it becomes trained on these monstrosities from the deep, but the shrimps have these hard shells, that are very hard to punch cannonballs through, and so there's a different type of battle raging here at the back of the fleet now as as Erobrer's army continues to push them from the front.
Oh, also, everyone, addendum, sink all of the ships flying this flag, and I beam them the image of Lithyos' colors. Leave the other ones that are close to the land alone. They're okay.
A tendril kind of like that was like poised directly above one of the Erobrer ships slowly retreats.
That's right. Hey, there's plenty of other ships out there that are fine to sink too, but right here, those are the battle lines. Okay, great. Break, everyone.
The ocean is chaos.
Yeah, and so Finn is loving it. I am floating up higher, arms outstretched, just drinking it in. And I have been in my form of the lurker this whole time, so I'm a frightening sight to behold.
Oh, yeah.
And I look down at the bard, and I say, last chance.
Last chance to what?
I, jerk my head towards the water.
What? There's monsters in there!
There's monsters up here, too! And I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him.
Okay.
29, 25, and 14 to hit.
14 is his armor class, so they all hit.
Yikes. Oh, well, now I feel bad again. 24 damage altogether.
Okay. He is still up, but you can go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Dirty 20.
Okay. He gets hit with these 3 Eldritch Blasts, looks up at you, gives, a little salute, and then just, sprints for the edge of the ship and leaps off.
Oh, maybe you shouldn't go in there.
Finn watches this and then turns to Nurgle and goes, I think that kid's gonna be all right.
Gets swallowed by a shark.
A horrible scream comes from the water below.
Oh, no.
And then I'm going to move my tentacle over to where my friends and Caleb are, and give that wizard a smack.
Cool, I think you have advantage because he's incapacitated.
24 to hit.
Okay, yep, hits.
3 damage.
Okay.
And I float, still arms outstretched, still cackling maniacally when I'm not speaking, closer to everybody else. And I say, hey guys! I think we win!
Are there any other ships still floating around us?
So this is it's only been a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
And the shrimps are taking a while. So it is less like every single ship immediately sunk and more like the ships that were supposed to be the reinforcements as the front half is in the process of falling are now suddenly fighting sea monsters. So things are not looking great for Lithyos at this point. And Malachi, actually, the soldiers are dead and the bard jumped off the ship, so it's your turn.
Well, hey. So we just got, priest, wizard, and Caleb?
Yep. You've got the priest who's stuck in a mental prison. You've got Caleb who is blind, the wizard who is incapacitated, and then you've got these knights who are actually, doing fine.
I keep forgetting about these guys.
But they look like their morale is not great. They look like they don't necessarily want to be fighting you anymore.
Hey, how bad exactly does Caleb look, is the thing.
So, he looked extremely bad. He recovered a little bit on his turn. He still looks very killable.
Yeah. Last chance, Caleb. Do you want to live or you want to die for glory?
For fucking glory, man. Come on.
Yeah. That's not what you're gonna get here. I didn't even hit. That's unfortunate.
Ooh.
No, I have advantage because he's blind. Whew.
Yep, you do.
15 also missing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Alright, you still got advantage on the second attack.
Alright.
He just feels the breeze on his face from the blade going by.
Malachi was like, oh yeah, I have 1 drop of blood left in me. But I hit with the other one. I hit with the 22.
Yep, you sure do.
I'm going to use what is, as of now, my last spell slot.
Uh-huh.
31 damage.
He had 18 hit points left. Absolutely that kills him. Yeah, Malachi, do you want to tell me how you do it? He's still, the light's still clouding his eyes. He's still, like swinging his sword, waiting for you to show him your more precise location so he can swing on you. And he's just like, come on!
Hey, look at me. Look at me.
You see, his head snaps toward you, and he starts to take, a step forward to swing.
And...
Guy dying with no honor says what?
What?
Oh, got him!
I raise my axe, and with my last spell slot, it starts to glow even stronger with my divine radiant light. And I say, you've been looking for your glory in the wrong places. And the light shines out, and I hit him.
Yeah. Are you gonna take his head off?
Yeah. I make my final swing, and I swing down on Caleb's
Yeah, you see as he, like, raises his sword, you see the exposed side of his neck. You take your axe and you just swing it. Again, everything else seems to still. The sound of the giant shrimp tearing the fleet apart becomes a distant reverberation as your axe sinks into the side of General Crevitas's neck, and as his head goes flying and splatters, bouncing, rolling across the deck.
Ew.
Everyone else is sort of frozen in shock, as if they didn't quite think that this would happen. But it did. That's your turn. Anything else?
Take his sword.
Does he have anything else cool on his person? Yeah.
I mean, he's got, like, his, like, general, like, there's probably, like, a little, like, flag on the shoulder.
I'll reach down and I'll unpin his decorations.
Nice. You unpin this little, like, his little, like, general emblem, which is now splattered with blood.
And I drop it over the side of the ship.
Beautiful. It makes a very small splash in the chaotic ocean below.
With my telepathy, I search out for that one tiny little fish that went and found Jonesy, and I say, hey, go to this side of the ship right now. That's for you, if you want a trinket.
Aww.
Oh my god, I'm a general now.
Yes, congratulations.
Wow.
Let it go to your head.
Your service will not be forgotten.
The medal is approximately as big as this fish is.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautifully done. We're still in combat. The War Priest is still in a mental prison.
Aren't we all?
He's tormented by visions. He has no idea what's going on.
He's experiencing the agony.
He did just hear that went very badly, so I think he is just going to straight up heal himself.
Oh, he can't hear anything.
Oh, he can't hear anything either. Great, so he really has no clue what's going on, so he's just gonna heal himself. He regains 10 hit points. We'll see if that matters. Regin, that is you.
Okay, so Mal is still at 1.
Yeah, I'm good.
And is out of spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
Finn's basically fine.
Yeah.
I'm getting sick of this shit, to be honest. And so there's still how many knights?
There are 3 knights left. There's the wizard and there's the priest. And then there's also, like, all of the other soldiers kind of around you on the ship. Yeah. But you can see morale is wavering strongly.
But we have sort of destroyed their strongest guys.
But they are still, this wizard is about to shake off his psychic lance.
I whisper down to Regin and Malachi, hey, if we just want to swim for it, like, I got Jonesy on deck to smash this thing to bits.
We're still on it.
Right, no, but, like, we could jump in the water, and he's not going to kill us. You're his favorite uncles.
Oh, Malachi, like, weeps a little bit. Wait, really?
You know what? I'll do you one better. I want to do what I do best.
Have sex?
Finn, get clear.
Oh, no.
And I dive, I tackle Mal.
Ah!
Uh-huh.
I get him down, I'm on top of him, not for sex reasons.
This is not the time, Regin!
And
you just got married to Alden, remember?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, sorry, we told Finn that you got married.
What? Drawing on the power...
Can Jonesy be the ring bearer for the ceremony?
It already happened!
Drawing on the power of the electric cube that I attuned to.
Uh-huh.
I blow up the ship.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you for an Arcana check and a Charisma check.
Arcana's a 6.
Okay.
But I've never been really good at the intellectual side of magic.
No. And actually, because your life is in peril, let's make it a Charisma save, so add Malachi's aura and the fact that your Charisma save as well.
That comes to a dirty 20 plus 4.
Nice. So, it is not pretty, but it doesn't have to be. You draw on this cube, and you, Regin, you cover Malachi, and you just let the lightning loose. Finn, you, like, hear Regin yell, "Get clear," and, like, just barely have time to, like, pull up into the air. You still kind of get caught in the outskirts of this explosion. Fortunately, it just sort of flings you into the ocean, where you...
I flip over in the air a few times.
Yeah. You splash down into the ocean between these giant shrimps, and look up to see the ship just explode. Everything is just ash and gunpowder and wood and lightning. I mean, the smell of ozone crackles in the air. There is a tremendous thunderclap that echoes out over the ocean. It kind of like blows you backward again, Finn. Reverberating through the rest of these ships, which are already being ripped apart as their flagship just goes up in a ball of lightning and leaves behind a flaming wreckage. Finn, as you look at that flaming wreckage, right in the middle, kind of floating in the water between all of the shredded pieces of this ship, you see 2 dragon wings unfurl. As Regin, you and Malachi, completely unscathed, manage to pull yourselves up out of the shattered remnants of the Lithyos flagship. So you break clear, Regin. You see Finn kind of like out there. You see Malachi, I guess you're just kind of holding him.
Malachi's fucking clutching you.
Around you, as you like look out at the rest of the fleet, now that you kind of like have a moment to breathe, you see that pretty much every one of Lithyos' ships, at least like over the next few seconds as you guys catch your breath, over the next few battle rounds, ships are either being smashed and dragged down, and those that still remain are rapidly starting to hoist white flags. As both of the generals commanding this army have been taken out, and clearly whoever in the chain of command this falls to next is not nearly so eager to continue. You guys can sort of see that, like, further out, Erobrer starts to stand down. Do the shrimps stand down, Finn? Do you?
I don't think they understand what a flag of surrender is, I gotta be honest.
Yeah. So the shrimps are just kind of still going ham, I guess, until they get bored. They're gonna keep doing that.
I guess I did tell them to attack the ships flying the Lithyos flag.
That's true. So the
but I didn't say what to do if they change it to white.
The ships that managed to get that flag down, you see the shrimps sort of like seem confused for a minute and then like slowly recede back into the ocean. It looks like Erobrer has won. However, can I ask you all to make a perception check for me, please?
Oh, no.
I crit!
There's my nat 1.
Whoa!
And I got a 10.
Wow! Perfectly balanced. Okay, so... Regin, Malachi's hair is in your face, and also, like, the feeling of lightning and an exploding ship beneath you is, like, the feeling of that is coursing through your body, but it's not, you're not, like, brought to your knees with horrible memories and feelings of regret. Instead, you did what you needed to do. You ended the fight, you solved the problem, and Erobrer is won. Finn, you spot, in the sky, kind of circling above the ship, is Caleb's Pegasus, which seems to have just barely managed to get itself clear before the ship exploded. So it is still, like, soaring up there in the sky. Malachi, you, kind of, like, clinging onto Regin, you look out and you're watching all of Erobrer's ships kind of, like, standing down and the ocean's, like, slowly starting to settle. You see... First, that the adventurer's airship is drifting back toward Erobrer and looking like it is, like, just about to land next to Erobrer. And the adventurer herself, you can just barely see as, like, a small speck in the sky, seems to be making a direct beeline for the center of Luola. Like, she is, like, rather than staying with the ships, rather than staying with the airship, she is making a beeline for the center of the island.
Mm.
And you have a bad feeling about that.
Was there any part of the plan that said The adventurer was supposed to head back to the King's Court.
I mean, that might be where the after party is, but besides that, no. Why is she? I only got a 10.
I think I'm gonna regret spending my last spell slot.
So is that a yes?
Yes, she's there.
Okay, hey, Jonesy, can I get a ride? I think you can swim faster than I can fly.
Screeching, noise of ascent.
Excellent. Hop on, everyone!
Yeah.
Find a piece of carapace to hang on to.
Buddy, Uncle Reg's gonna fly this one.
You guys grab onto Jonesy or, fly, your prerogative, making a beeline back for Luola.
I'm on Jonesy's back, arms outstretched, cheering like in the never-ending story.
Wow.
Catch me Googling shrimp right now to figure out the best way to ride one.
We hold on to the eye stalks.
No, those are sensitive!
We're not touching the eye part.
Somehow you all manage to grab onto Jonesy, and he takes you as far as he can, which he's too big to really get into the shallow water closest to Luola, but he drops you off to where other smaller marine creatures can bring you closer. You see, like, on Erobrer's ships, there is celebrating, there is people who are, like, starting to kind of, like, tend to the wounded and save whoever can still be saved. There is still a air of, let's make sure this isn't a trick or something, but generally, the fighting has stopped. You guys get onto the beach.
As we dismount, I tell Jonesy, that was amazing. It's so good to see you again. That was awesome. You and everyone else, too. Great job. Stay close, though, if you will. You can go feast on the fallen right now, but I might need you again.
He, like, extends a tendril and sort of pats your head with it.
Aww.
Nurgle goes, ah! In an almost jealous way.
Nurgle, be nice to your, I don't know, brother, nephew? I'm not really sure. Friend?
Cousin?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Ah! Honestly, grandson, maybe?
You guys pull yourselves up onto the beach and start to run for the center of the island. I assume. Let me know if you're doing anything else, but I assume you start to run.
I fly.
You fly. You make it to the bridge that connects to the island where the King's Court is. You guys start to make your way across the bridge, and right at the end of the bridge, a lone figure steps out of the woods. Violin in hand, and his, like, a slightly cocky smile on his face, sort of effectively blocking your way. Ben is like, hi, guys. Congrats on the winning the battle. It's really, really great. What are you heading back here for?
After party.
After party?
After party.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything really going on back there.
Really?
This is a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, I think you probably had better just, turn around and head back to where everybody else is.
Yeah, is the king where everyone else is?
I don't know. I'm not really paying that much attention to the locations of the monarchs.
Is that a lie?
Yes, that's a lie. I don't know. I sort of lost track of the monarch's location.
Damn! So you don't have anything useful to tell us?
No.
Snail! I cast polymorph. I turn him into a snail.
He's gonna make a wisdom saving throw. Come on, King, you can crit on this.
Nurgle hinders him.
He gets an 11. You start to, like, make your way across the bridge as he's clearly, like, stalling you. You can tell that he's sort of blocking your way and keeping the conversation spinning, and then boom, he is a snail. Do you run past the snail?
I scoop him up.
Great. You scoop up the snail, stick it in your pocket.
And as we run across the bridge, I whisper to him, "Rule of threes."
Yeah.
The snail eye stalks wave. You run across the bridge, you break through the rest of the trees to that center clearing of the King's Court. What you see is that crystal pool in the center. Standing right behind it is the adventurer. Her sword is out, and her clockwork wings stretch out, and under them, you can just barely see the bloodied form of King Mononon slumped against the throne. He looks still alive. You can tell that he's still, like, breathing, but he looks in very bad shape. The adventurer looks behind her as you all run into the clearing. You can see that she is, like, breathing heavily and bloodied, too, and has some, like thorny vines still wrapped around her arms. Clearly there was a bit of a fight here before you got here. But her sword is covered in blood, and she sort of, like, looks back and looks supremely annoyed to see the three of you. You again.
We won your war.
Yes, we did. And that is the last piece that I need.
Oh, not you.
But it will be me. The story that comes out will be me. So come on then. She kind of, like, turns away.
I don't know. Did you see my shrimp?
She turns away from the king and, like, spreads her arms out, and she's like, come on then. Are we going to finish this?
Well, I'm at 1 HP, so...
Yeah, can I get a nap first?
Can we do this in the morning?
It's alright. I've already gotten what I need. She, like, glances behind her to the king, and then she's actually gonna take off. She flaps her wings and soars up into the sky kind of above you guys.
No, come back, let's do this.
King Mononon, you see, kind of, like, slowly, like, lifts his head and, like, looks up at the three of you, and is like, this is no good. This is a bad situation.
Oh, really? Oh!
So true,
Oh,
bestie,
wow.
your majesty.
Yes, sir, you're very right, your majesty.
My wisdom is what I'm known for. Come here, close, quickly, don't delay.
Yes.
Are you sure you don't want me to, like, follow after her? Because I can fly too.
No, 1 second. He points down at the pool, and he's like,
Yeah.
Go,
Okay, talking's a free action.
drink, take a sip.
All right.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Do you need...
I drink.
Malachi reaches a hand out to the king.
Yeah, that's fine. I would love some healing also.
Okay. I give him my last 5.
You give him your last 5. You see him, like, gain a little bit more strength in his lungs, seem to no longer be actively bleeding out, and he's like,
Sorry, that's all I have.
That's fine. Drink from the pool.
I sip. And I fucking slurp.
I dunk my entire head under the surface and just drink it in.
Malachi kind of just sort of, like, trips down, and so he's, like, kneeling in front of the pool and just sort of, like, lays in it.
Mm-hmm.
Nurgle wets his beak.
You sip from this crystal pool, this cold, pure, clean mountain water. Finn, to you, strangely enough, it still somehow tastes like seawater. But to Malachi and Regin, it tastes like just this, like, delicious fresh water, the most refreshing thing that you have ever tasted.
Ow, oof, my teeth.
Yeah, very cold. So cold that you long rest and level up to level 14.
Jesus.
Above you, you see the adventurer kind of, like, does a circle and then sort of, like, looks down, clearly waiting for you, as the three of you sort of look at each other. And King Mononon actually holds up a hand. He's like, wait, one more thing. I almost forgot. Sorry.
Oh, yes.
This is, you're gonna need this. And he, like, stretches out his hand. You see the owl, which was, like, on a branch right above him, kind of, like, soars down right toward Malachi. And as the owl, like, reaches the ground in front of you, it turns into a griffin. This beautiful griffin with the head of an owl. And the griffin kind of, like, coos at you, Malachi, and Mononon's like, she's in the air. You look like you can't fly. Okay.
Malachi, like reaches out very softly to the griffin's face.
Yeah, you feel these, like, very, very soft feathers, and it looks like it likes you, but also like it's ready to go.
Yeah, Malachi's got sort of this, like, odd smile on his face, and he looks back at Finn and Regin, and he nods.
Beautiful.
Finn looks at Nurgle and is like, whoa, buddy.
Can I drag His Majesty into the pool?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You put His Majesty in the pool, he sort of, like, leads his head sideways and takes a sip of water and is like, okay, I'll be good. If I recover, I'll help you if you need it. But I just, like, need a minute. I'm really almost dead. She's very strong. Be careful. Okay, go, get out of here.
Malachi slings the leg over the back of the griffin.
Okay. And that's where we will end our session, as you guys get ready to take to the sky.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Yes, Hannah.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening to this, our third to last episode of Ship of Fools. That's right, as you may have been able to tell from the occurring events, we are rapidly hurtling toward the finale. There are 2 episodes left. Episode 78 will be the finale of our campaign. Keep an eye out on our social medias and our Patreon and the outros at the end of episodes for more information about, the wrap-up of the campaign and what's still to come. But thank you for listening. We certainly hope that you've been enjoying so far, and we certainly hope that you enjoy the very exciting, if I do say so myself, final episodes to come. If you want to get more of us and stay updated on the last 2 episodes, you can follow us on our social medias. We are at Ship of Fools Cast on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. You can also sail on over to patreon.com/shipoffools to support our show, get access to our bonus content, including the Mud Bath, where we discuss the events of the episode, and including Folio, our Patreon exclusive side campaign, which also is wrapping up very soon. There is 1 more Folio episode that will be coming out, and a backlog of 14 to listen to if you haven't listened to them yet. So that's over at patreon.com/shipoffools. Some people we need to thank, as always. Thank you to Theo Golden for our beautiful logo art. You can find him at tgoldenart on Instagram. And thank you to Lucas Mangold for our theme music. You can contact him at lucascarlmusic@gmail.com. Other than that, episode 77, the penultimate episode of Ship of Fools, will be out on August 22nd. And until then, we will see you on the open seas. Bye!
I look down at Caleb and I say, yeah, Cassia's always bet on losing dogs anyways. It's a little bit of dog content for all the dog content enjoyers out there.
Shout out.
Also the Mitski enjoyers.
Yeah.
I was hoping to hit a wide target audience there.
Throwing a big old net.